Well, good morning. There's a little group or a family of mule deer in the middle of Grand Canyon National Park. Well, there's a load of them. No fear of humans whatsoever, look, because obviously nobody bothers them. Nobody hunting them, no wolves. Right. Excuse the wind, my first hitch of the day. I'm just arriving in Tucson. There's a Starbucks up here, I believe. I'm going to grab a coffee. Sod it. Because I have saved a bit of time, as you saw. I was walking back to trail, which was nearly 3 miles. And I thought, well, bugger, quite a few pickups went back. So next time one came, I stuck my thumb out. And as you saw, this lovely couple, Matt and Joanna, stopped and they dropped me off back at the trail, so I saved myself nearly 3 miles. And here we are. Yeah. Mexico, 688 miles. Watson Tank 6. Yeah, that's just a mud pool, that, or it was. And I'm 4 miles out of Tucson. Man, I'm still tired from yesterday, I've got to be honest. Legs are dead. I hope they're going to improve, because if they're still like this when I get to Humphreys Peak, I ain't getting up that with these legs. We'll see. Beautiful pine forest. As I mentioned earlier, this is the Kaibab National Forest. This is part of the largest Ponderosa pine forest in the whole world. These are all Ponderosa pines that you can see. Well, it's lovely now. Not much to video, as much as I'm enjoying it, the peace and quiet and the solitude. But it's mile after mile of this. Maybe for the next day and a half, maybe. Until I have to get to the area where I cross Babbitt Ranch. And then that is really open and dusty. And when I crossed it on the northbound trail that I did, that was one windy place. God damn, it was awful. It was turning me round, blowing my rucksack and gusts and spinning me round. But I've looked at the forecast and it's not looking too bad. It's looking to get to about 20 degrees today. And same tomorrow. Wind 5 or 6 mile an hour. But I can't feel any wind at the minute because obviously I'm in a forest. But it's lovely, lovely so far. Right, I just had my 10 o'clock break, quick biscuit and a drink. I'm feeling pretty good. My legs are dead. They're really, and it's as flat as all. I'm glad there's no hills, that's how we'll be struggling. But anyway, I want to tell you a little story from Saturday. The Groom Transportation, big shout out to them guys, by the way. Third time I've used them, absolutely fantastic. They dropped me off at the Maswick Lodge on Saturday. Now I usually camp. I camped last time I went to the Grand Canyon. I camped twice, 2 nights, I try and save me pounds, you know, why not? But when I got there, I thought, oh, look at this lovely lodge. And then I started thinking, man, you're never going to be back. You're never going to be this way again. This is the last time you're ever going to set foot here. See how much it is, and spend the night in the lodge. You're in the Grand Canyon. It's Saturday night, like. So I'm sat on a brick wall, googling the prices. I thought it's got to be $300. It's got to be. It's Saturday night, Grand Canyon. So I went on a couple of sites, and the cheapest I could get was like $280. And I'm like, and I run in an hour in. That's dollars, not pounds. So this girl walked by, and I'm, like I said, I'm bent over. So she saw my hat, and she goes, "Oh, are you doing the ArizonaTrail?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "How are you getting on? Are you enjoying it?" I said, "Well, I've not started. I don't start it while tomorrow." I said, I've done it northbound before. I did it in 22. She goes, "Oh my God, I did it southbound in 22. Blah, blah, blah." She goes, "This is your first time in Arizona? Is that the only hike you've done?" I said, "No, I've done Grand Enchantment Trail." She said, "Oh, I've always wanted to do that." And then we got talking about the Colorado Trail. She'd done Colorado Trail. So we had about a 5-minute chat, bless her. So I said to her, she had like a red top on. You know, she was a worker. And I says to her, "Could you give me some advice? I'm looking to stay the night rather than camp. I won't be back this way again. Where would you recommend? I'm trying to keep my money, you know, keep it cheap." She says, "Well, if you go in there to the Maswick Lodge, say you've been speaking to Gloria, and can they sort you out with a walk-in rate?" I went, "All right, great, yeah, brilliant. Do they do that?" She goes, "Yeah, it's called a walk-in rate. It's a lot cheaper than booking it." I thought, "All right, I'll try that. Thank you very much." So off she went. So I walked into the lodge, to the receptionist, and she was lovely as well, absolutely lovely. And I said, "Oh, I've just been talking to Gloria, and he said you do a walk-in rate for hikers." She goes, "Yeah, let me have a look. What do you want?" I said, "Cheapest you can give me, basically." She says, "Yeah, we can do you one for $151. I'm like, "That's dollars. That's just over 100 quid, maybe." I'm like, "God damn it, yes, please." So, yeah, I did it. Oh, I says, "Can I book 2 nights?" So she went, "Yeah, let me sort it out." She just click, 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 click. Your second night will be $268. I went, "Oh, that's a big jump." She said, "Well, a walk-in's only for 1 night." I went, "All right." I said, "Well, if I do a 1 night tonight and then I go and do my hike and come back tomorrow, can I do it again?" She goes, "Yeah, no problem." I said, "I'll do that and just book me 1 night, and I'll book another night, you know, tomorrow, different room." And then Penny sort of light bulb went off in my head, and I thought, well, I wonder if I can leave some of my gear. So I says, "Can I leave my gear anywhere while I go for hikes?" I goes, "Yeah, we do storage. Yeah, there's like a door behind her." So I said, "How much is that?" She goes, "No, it's free." So, "Oh my God, I'll be back in half an hour." So I went into my room, took everything out of my rucksack that I didn't need, and when I did my hike yesterday, the Grand Canyon, I had out excuse me, I slack packed it. That's how it were really light. And then I went back to the lodge, and bless her, the same girl was working, and she smiled like, "She's another one." I went, "Yes, please, same price." So I thought, oh my God, yeah, it was 110 quid, something like that. I don't know what it came with, but I thought I was going to be paying $300, and I got it for 110 quid a night. And you saw what it was like; it was lovely. So yeah, I just thought I'd put that story out there. So if you ever go into the Grand Canyon and you're only stopping 1 night, do what I did, just ask for a walking rate. Well, I made the Grand View lookout. I'm going to stop and get something, get a snack. I don't know if I'm going to climb up there because my legs are done. Big time done. Yeah. I don't think the toilets are open. I don't need them. Right, let's have a look. Right, you'll have to excuse the wind, man. That over there that you can see in the distance is the north rim of the Grand Canyon. Right, there's a lot of steel work in here, so just give me a minute. Obviously that is the continuation of the Kaibab National Forest. Let me just see if I can pick him up. I can't tell. Let me try from a different angle. Right, I hope you can make this out. That mountain top there, see that one? That is Humphreys Peak. That is the highest point in the whole of Arizona, and that is what I wanted to climb. And if you see that the slope to the right hand side, and then there's a bit of a saddle, that's what you go up and over when you do the Arizona Trail. Like I say, I need to see how my legs are, because at the minute, not so good. This is looking south, by the way, or southish. Right, as you can see, that's where I am. I got it in the right place, and then all I've got to do is go down there. Look, just give me a week. Yeah, right. Let's have a quick snack, and then we'll get on. Here's my first and last water stop of the day. This is a game tank. I stayed here. I stopped here, should I say. Last time I did this. That's like a rain collector, and there'll be a tank somewhere. I think it's on this. I keep doing that too bloody high. No camping. Quarter mile. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. That's so game can come and help themselves. The reason I like using these, there he is, look. The reason I really like using these is simple. Cows don't have access to it. Yeah, I'm still going to flush it. Not siphon it, I'm still going to filter it. Well, there's my pitch for tonight. More than happy with that. Nice and flat and level. Hopefully the wind will keep out. Right, I'm at mile 26 for the day. The water source is over there. I didn't get any. I thought there was no point in getting some. Now I've got enough on me. I've got nearly 2 litres left, so that's enough for me to do a little bit of cooking tonight and have something to drink. So I don't need it. So what I'll do, I'll just water up first thing in the morning. My next reliable water source, unfortunately, is 25 mile. So I'm going to have to make, well, nearly 5 litres last that long, which shouldn't be a problem. I came this morning with, what, 4.5 litres, and I've still got nearly 2 left, and I've got 26 mile in. So because it's nice and cool in the morning at the minute, and it's flat as anything. Look, it's really flat. So I've barely needed any. But my legs are tired. My legs are really after that day I had, and my hips. But I'm getting old. What can I say? Nice area though. Right, I'll tidy up and get some dinner on. Good morning. Day 2. I didn't have a bad sleep actually. I got woken up quite a few times with the bloody elk. We got a full moon still. And it was very light, obviously full moon. And now we got sun. Be rising in about half an hour. Be up. Right, I'm going to pack up and then go over there and fill it with water, because like I said, I've got a 25 mile hike to my next water source. Well, it's not, well, to be fair, there is water at Russell Tank, and that's about 5 mile away. But it's a duck pond, what we'd call a duck pond, like a cow tank, but a big one. And that's where I slept last time I did this trail. I slept there. But the water's very green. You have to double filter it and mess about. So I thought, well, it's only 5 mile away. I might as well really fill up here and then just get to the next game tank, like I say, which is 25 mile away. So, catch you in a bit. And there we are. You little beauty. That might look skanky to you guys, but I can practically see bottom, so that's as clear as hell, is that. Right, let's fill up with everything. I've made it to Russell Tank. I did use this water last year, but it's really, it's like really, it was green when I had it. And it clogged my filter up pretty quick, which is why I'm giving it a miss. So I'm about 5 miles in. And that's where I camped, by the way, there, look. Just near them little trees, I camped there. And I'm just gonna have a quick break. Things are going okay. It's still nice and cool. It's only about 9 o'clock. I'm in the shade. But that's going to change later on this afternoon, because I'll be heading out into the desert. Well, I don't know if it's called, if it's desert, just maybe a little shade out there towards Babbitt Ranch. There is another water stop called Russell Tank. Russell Metal Tank, that's Russell Tank back there, but there's a metal tank. But the last time I was there, it was useless. There were no water, and what little bit there was, it were all full of shit. But we'll have a look. I think it's a couple of miles. Well, that there's bone dry, as it was last time. So is that little trough there. But this, again, same as last time, it's maybe got an inch in. So if you were really desperate, you could make it work. Whew, right, I'm about, what, 8 mile in, maybe? 8, yeah. Yeah, about 8 mile in. So I've got about 17 mile to get to my water source that I'm aiming for. So I'm gonna have a good drink here because in a, I don't know, 7 or 8 mile, 8 mile, yeah, I'll be leaving the forest, and it'll be this afternoon then, and it'll be warm. Ooh, water rung on a tree. How about that? Yeah, they look all empty. Never mind out. Yeah, this was one of my least favourite stretches, was that. Mainly because I was so dehydrated and I didn't take enough water with me. So, probably my own fault. Right, I've got 7 miles to go now to get to the next water source. Well, my only water source after the one that they're on this morning, and that'll be a 25-mile day. But I made a decision that's changing things around a bit, so I'll tell you about them later. There is the beauty. Humphreys Peak, San Francisco Mountains. I made the decision, I'm not climbing it, and it's the right decision. My legs, I mean, don't get me wrong, I would get up and I would get down. That's not the issue. The issue is I would be putting more stress and strain and I'd be more tired. And I've still got 600 miles to go. So I'm doing the sensible thing. But what I am doing, I'm doing the Tahoe Rim next year, which is only going to be about a 10-day journey. So I'm going to tag this on after I've done the Tahoe Rim. So I'm going to be doing it next year. And I can do a full video of it rather than just tagging it on to the back of this. Well, that's me watered up. That's my first. Well, I took that water this morning. This is the next one. It's 25 mile I've done to get here. The sun's about to set. This is about 3/4 of a mile off trail, so I'm going to go back on trail, and the first spot I see I'm going to camp. Well, I'm getting closer. There's my pitch for tonight. Like I say, 25 miles, so I'm happy with that. Trying to get some tea. Good morning. Day 3. I've got 17 miles to my next water source. Slept pretty well actually, except for another elk waking me up about 5 times. It's going to be pretty flat, and then after I leave the water source I'm going to start climbing up into the San Francisco peaks, go up and over a saddle. So I've got some climbing today. Right, my legs are feeling a bit better, especially this morning. I didn't struggle to get out of the tent like I usually do, but we'll see. Starting to open up now. Just sat having my first break. Excuse me. I'm just over 10 mile, and I've got about 7 mile left. I'm doing really well today, but it's been really flat, so and really cool. Well, it's getting warm now, but it's been really cool. So I'll stop there and have a chat there. It's a good water source, this next one, and I am going to need it. This is the water stop. The last time I was here, that really sorted me out because I was so badly dehydrated. I leant back against that rock and drank as much as I could. Mind you, it was a lot fuller, a lot more full. I've had a quick drink because I've got about a mile to go to that other one that I'm heading for, which is be a 17 mile from this morning, because it'll be a lot cooler. So that's where I'm headed. Am I glad I pushed onto here? Look at this. That pipe, that is spring fed. Hopefully it'll be nice and cool. But if it's not, I'm not that bothered. I haven't got the filter. So yeah, I'm gonna have 10-15 minutes here and get something to eat. Well, there's my pitch for tonight. I'm at exactly this junction here. It's a 25-mile day for me, and that's going to be my view tomorrow. I'll be getting up and over him on the right hand side, about a third of the way up. I'm going to get off because I'm dog tired and dog thirsty, and I want to get an early start tomorrow because Flagstaff's about 27 miles and I want to get in tomorrow. I'll go into the reasons why tomorrow. You pick them up, they've all started calling to each other literally a minute ago. Oh, coyotes, there's a pack to my left and a pack to my right. Oh, the buggers don't keep me awake. Well, good morning. Early one today. I've 27 mile around, maybe a bit longer, to get to Flagstaff, which is where I want to be tonight, because like I've mentioned earlier, there's a thunderstorm coming in tomorrow and Saturday, and I've just had a quick look on the app because I've got a signal, and it's going to rain this afternoon from about 4 o'clock. So hopefully I'll be in a motel room by then, but it's not quite dawn. Still looks nice though, doesn't it? So I'll catch you up later. Stop for a quick break. Just a water break. I'm tired. I really am. I'm only 11 mile in. Everything's aching. That storm I mentioned, I'm really pleased it's going to be here. One, I'm not feeling so guilty now about missing Humphrey's Peak out. And two, there's 2 days thunderstorms coming from tomorrow. One of my apps says tonight, but well, we'll see. Forgot to mention yesterday, I bumped into another couple of hikers doing the CDT, doing the AZT. So we stopped and had a good chat, and the girl, I think it's Eva, and the boy was called Kaz. She's done the PCT, so they're very good hikers. They've left me. And then I met another lad, just a guy putting his tent up. He was doing it as well. We didn't exchange names, we didn't say hello to each other, that was all. Right, so I'm going to get off then. Get me to Flagstaff and get some cold drink in me. Right, I've got to give you this story. I don't moan a lot, but I've really struggled today. I've struggled with water, and my next water source is just over 2 miles, and that's my last one till I get to Flag. So I've got a really big carry, and it's a cow tank, so I've got to filter it, you know, all the messing about. And I've not walked 200 metres since I last spoke, and there's a girl on a bike. I don't take my skin because I never saw her. Oh, because I'm looking at floor. And she says, "Hi, do you need any water?" I'm like, that's exactly what I need. She says, "I'm on my way." She's obviously a cyclist, but you know, she says, "I'm on my way back now to the car. I won't need this." Just 3 freaking litres of pure, lovely, cold water out of a tap. I won't need any water for the rest of the day. Trail provides. Look at this view though. I've just tried to get out of that wind. Look at this baby. That was a late one. I am absolutely worn out. Right, where am I going? Oh, here she is, look. Checking over here. Right, I'll catch you in the next one.